My mom was always a great home cook. She immigrated to the United States for graduate school in the 70s, but she grew up obviously in Korea, learning the recipes from her mother and grandmother, and she was always just a phenomenal cook. My father passed away when I was pretty young in high school, so my mother needed to find a way to kind of support the family. My sister was in college at the time, so she opened up a franchise of a local Chinese restaurant chain here in Reagan Airport, National Airport. But then she started to put some Korean menu items on the menu, and it was a big hit. I think I grew up, especially with being first generation, especially in the early 80s, there weren't a ton of Koreans around, but it paid off because I was able to acclimate pretty well, rather than if I had moved straight from Korea here as a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or so. I think my parents did a very good job raising both my sister and I in terms of respecting the Korean culture and our heritage, concentrating on academics, but also still having fun and being a kid. I have two partners here, Andrew Kim and Scott Bruno. We wanted to kind of create a new restaurant group and do something fun, so we were able to create this menu where we're taking one concept, one menu, splitting it down the middle, and half the menu being more Chinese focused, half the menu being more Korean focused, as opposed to fusing the two. But within each genre, we're putting our own little unique twists and tweaks on them just to make those dishes our own, and a lot more fun and impactful, and I think it's been something that people haven't really seen before. So at Chiko here, we have a dish called the kimchi stew. This is one of the few dishes where you can kind of taste subtle influences from the Chinese side of our menu and how we cook. And the process behind that is we make our own stock here using assortment of bones, and then we make a kimchi jjigae or a kimchi stew base. We take pork belly, marinate it overnight, then braise it. After the pork belly has been braised, then to order, we'll sear off these slices of pork belly, which release a lot of the flavors that have accumulated during the marinating and braising process. So when everything's combined, you have what appears and smells like to be this delicious, authentic kimchi stew, but then when you taste it, it's a lot of fun because you can taste the subtle influence of the Chinese flavorings that we use.
My girlfriend actually found it on Instagram, and it just looked really good, so we decided to come in, try it out. Well, I just got spring rolls and Brussels sprouts to start, but I've had the rice cakes with the short rib, and that's really good. A lot of good options.
There were always families at our house, hanging out, eating, whether it was relatives or family friends, church friends growing up. That word hospitality is kind of ingrained in our DNA within my family. So I guess it was just kind of in a way, a calling. And I guess through that, I kind of grew up in a hosting environment, and I guess it's just in my blood to host people.